Out on the open road, it's just you, your rig, and a whole lot of freedom. You haul the goods that keep America running. But with that freedom comes a heavy responsibility. Defensive driving is about anticipating the unexpected and staying in control. This FMCSA-compliant training module is about giving you the tools to protect yourself and your livelihood. We'll cover defensive driving basics and specific challenges for tractor-trailer operators. It's about taking pride in your profession and owning your safety. Let's get down to business and learn how to keep those wheels turning safe and sound. Defensive driving isn't just about knowing the rules, it's about being ready for anything. Imagine cruising down the highway and seeing brake lights ahead. You ease off the accelerator, creating a buffer zone. You're thinking ahead of the curve, and that's what defensive driving is all about. Defensive driving is about taking responsibility for your safety and others on the road. It's about being smooth, deliberate, and in tune with your vehicle. Anticipate the actions of other drivers and be prepared for the unexpected. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of defensive driving. We've all been there. A car darts out in front of you. Don't panic. Ease off the accelerator and give yourself room. Avoid slamming on the brakes unless absolutely necessary. Maintain control of your rig and avoid a collision. Once the danger is past, give yourself a pat on the back. Maybe give that four-wheeler a little toot on the air horn. Remember, safety first, always. The open road can be a wild place, and you gotta be ready for anything. Blind spots are a serious hazard. Understand where your blind spots are and check your mirrors frequently. Do a shoulder check before lane changes. Use your mirrors and trust them. Tailgaters are dangerous when you're driving a big rig. Don't engage. Maintain your speed and increase your following distance. If possible, change lanes and let them pass. Keep your cool and let them tailgate someone else. Your sanity and safety will thank you. Road signs are the language of the road. They're not just suggestions, they're crucial for safety. Pay attention to all road signs, even the obvious ones. They're there to keep you and everyone else safe. Low clearance and weight limit signs are crucial for truck drivers. Know the height of your rig and pay attention to clearance signs. If the clearance is lower than your truck's height, find an alternate route. It's better to be safe than sorry. Avoid clearance calamities by being aware and prepared. Maintaining a safety cushion is crucial. The distance between your truck and the car in front is your safety cushion. A good rule of thumb is a following distance of at least 7 seconds. Increase that distance in bad weather or with a heavy load. Space equals time and time equals options. Section 2. Escape routes, your safety valve. Let's face it, driving a big rig is like playing chess on wheels. You gotta think several moves ahead, anticipate the unexpected, and always have a plan B. That's where escape routes come in. Now, an escape route isn't some secret back road that only truckers know about. It's simply a safe space that you've identified in your surroundings, a place you can go if you need to avoid a collision. Think of it like this. You're driving down the highway and you see brake lights. up ahead. Traffic's slowing down, but you're not sure why. Now's the time to start looking for your escape route. Check your mirrors, scan the road ahead, and identify any areas where you could safely steer your truck if you needed to get out of the way. Maybe there's an open lane to your left or right, or maybe there's a shoulder you could use in an emergency. The key is to have a plan so you're not caught off guard if something unexpected happens. Remember, folks, every situation is different and there's no one-size-fits-all escape route. The best escape route is the one that you've identified in advance, the one that gives you the most time and space to react. So, get in the habit of scanning your surroundings, anticipating potential hazards, and planning your escape routes. It could mean the difference between a close call and a catastrophe. And hey, while you're at it, keep an eye out for those other guys, the ones who aren't paying attention. You might just be their escape route too. Section 3, Road Smarts. Stay aware, stay alive. You know, driving a truck across this great country, it's more than just a job. It's a sensory experience. You're bombarded with sights, sounds, smells, and even the occasional bug splattering on your windshield. It's easy to get caught up in the rhythm of the road, to let your mind wander and your attention drift. But here's the thing, out here on the highway, complacency can kill. That's why it's so important to stay aware, to be present in the moment, and to use all your senses to stay safe. Now, I'm not talking about some kind of Zen meditation here. I'm talking about simple, practical things you can do to stay sharp behind the wheel. First off, let's talk about your eyes. Your eyes are your most important tool as a driver. They're your connection to the road, to other vehicles, and to potential hazards. So use them wisely. Don't just focus on the vehicle in front of you. Scan the road ahead, check your mirrors frequently, and be aware of what's happening all around you. Look for brake lights, for cars changing lanes, for pedestrians, for anything that could potentially cause a problem. Remember those mirrors, they're your friends. Use them, trust them, and don't be afraid to give a little adjust if you need a better view. Now let's talk about your ears. Out here on the road, your ears are your early warning system. They can alert you to sirens approaching, to horns honking, to tires screeching, and to all sorts of other sounds that could indicate danger. Section 1, Uncle Sam's got your back. How regulations keep you safe. Now, I know what you're thinking. Regulations, rules, red tape, it's enough to make a fella want to chuck it all and become a hermit. But hold on there, partner. Before you go looking for that secluded cabin in the woods, let's talk about why those FMCSA regulations are actually there to help you, not hinder you. See, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, they ain't just some bunch of bureaucrats sitting in an office building, dreaming up ways to make your life harder. They're looking out for you, for your fellow truckers, and for everyone else on the road. They're trying to prevent accidents, to save lives, and to keep those 18 wheels turning safe and sound. Think of it like this. Those regulations are like the rules of the road for truckers. They're the guidelines that help ensure fair play, prevent chaos, and keep everyone moving in the right direction. Sure, they might seem a little strict at times, but they're there for a reason. Just like you wouldn't want to play poker with a guy who makes up the rules as he goes along, you don't want to be driving a truck without any rules to govern the industry. Now, I know some folks like to complain about the FMCSA, but the truth is they've made a world of difference in terms of safety on our highways. They've helped to reduce accidents, improve working conditions for drivers, and make the trucking industry a whole lot more professional. Section 2, Pre-Trip Rituals. Your truck's daily checkup. Every morning before you even think about hitting the open road, You have a ritual to perform. No, I'm not talking about your morning coffee or your lucky trucker hat. I'm talking about the pre-trip inspection, a vital part of the FMCSA regulations and a cornerstone of defensive driving. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've driven this rig 1,000 times. I know it like the back of my hand. And that might be true, but trust me, a proper pre-trip inspection can mean the difference between a smooth ride and a roadside breakdown. Think of it like this. Your truck is a finely tuned machine with hundreds of moving parts, all working together to get you and your cargo where you need to go. But just like any machine, things can wear out, come loose, or break down entirely. That's where the pre-trip inspection comes in. It's your chance to catch those potential problems before they turn into major headaches. Now, the FMCSA has specific guidelines for what you need to check during a pre-trip inspection, and I won't bore you with all the details here. But just to give you an idea, you'll be checking your tires, your brakes, your lights, your fluids, your mirrors, your cargo securement, and a whole lot more. It's a comprehensive checkup that covers all the essential systems of your rig, ensuring that everything is in good working order. Section 3. Time is on your side. Hours of service and why they matter. Now let's talk about a topic that's near and dear to every trucker's heart sleep, or more specifically, the FMCSA's Hours of Service, HOS, regulations, which are designed to make sure you're getting enough rest to drive safely. I know, nobody likes being told when they can and can't drive. But trust me on this one, those HOS regulations, they're there for a reason. They're designed to prevent driver fatigue, which is one of the leading causes of truck accidents. Think about it this way, when you're behind the wheel of a big rig, you're responsible for not only your own safety, but also the safety of everyone else on the road. And let's be honest, driving a truck for hours on end can be tiring, even for the most experienced trucker. Your eyes get heavy, your mind starts to wander, and your reaction time slows down. It's a recipe for disaster. That's where the HOS regulations come in. They set limits on how many hours you can drive in a day and in a week, and they require you to take regular breaks to rest and recharge. Now, I know those breaks might seem like a pain sometimes, especially when you're on a tight schedule. But trust me, they're there for a reason. They give your body and mind a chance to recover from the demands of driving, so you can get back behind the wheel feeling refreshed and alert. Section 1, the Trucker's Creed, Safety. First, always, we've covered a lot of ground here, from the basics of defensive driving to the specifics of FMCSA regulations. We've talked about the importance of anticipating hazards, maintaining a safe following distance, and being aware of your surroundings. We've discussed the importance of pre-trip inspections, understanding blind spots, and respecting those hours of service regulations. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to one simple truth. Safety first, always. That's not just a slogan on a bumper sticker, folks. It's a way of life. It's about making a conscious decision every time you climb into that driver's seat to put safety above all else. It's about choosing to be a professional, to take pride in your work, and to be responsible for the awesome power you wield behind the wheel of that big rig. Remember, out here on the open road, you're not just driving a truck, you're hauling dreams, hopes, and livelihoods. You're delivering the goods that keep America running, and you're doing it with skill, dedication, and a deep respect for the safety of yourself and others. So keep those wheels turning, keep those loads moving, and keep those highways safe. Section 2, Drive like your life depends on it, because it does. Remember, every time you climb into that driver's seat, you're taking on a huge responsibility. You're not just driving a truck, you're driving a force of nature. And with that force comes a responsibility to use it wisely, to be in control at all times. That means staying alert, staying focused, and staying ahead of the game. It means anticipating the unexpected, planning your escape routes, and knowing your rig inside and out. It means respecting the rules of the road, the FMCSA regulations, and the limits of your own body and mind. It means taking those breaks, getting enough sleep, and never pushing yourself beyond your limits. Defensive driving is not just about avoiding accidents, it's about creating a culture of safety on our highways. It's about setting an example for other drivers, showing them that it's possible to be both efficient and safe behind the wheel. It's about making sure that everyone from the truckers to the four-wheelers gets to their destination safely. So the next time you're out there on the open road, remember what we've talked about here. Remember the importance of defensive driving, the value of safety, and the responsibility you carry as a professional truck driver. Drive like your life depends on it, because it does. And because the lives of others depend on it too. Stay safe out there. Jeff, Chadbourne, trucking, and come home safe.